Howdy friends, it's time to deal with some abundance. Today we are making jalapeno tomatoes, aka Rotel. This recipe is coming from Sarah Thrush's brand new cookbook, Preserving with a Purpose. I have never been so excited for a freaking cookbook. It's like, I know it's ridiculous. There are some really good recipes in here, y'all. She's got cream of chicken and cream of mushroom. She's also got how to can butter. Remember that, like a lot of us, she's a rebel canner, and if you're afraid of that, don't do those recipes, but understand that if you can buy it in a can in the grocery store, you can can it at home. The only thing is that the FDA doesn't want you to do it at home with dairy, just in case. So I froze my tomatoes so that it makes them easier to peel, as you can see, and we are going to seed and half 8 jalapenos. Now I say seed, I'm not getting rid of all the seeds, I'm getting rid of most of the seeds. I do want some heat, but I also don't want to make it too hot. I use Rotel on a pretty regular basis here at home. I throw it in my taco seasoning. It's a great to add to chili. You also need a large onion. I happen to have a purple one that needed to get used, so guess what? He's getting used. That little bag right there is my veggie scrap bag. I put things, I put onions, scraps, I put celery, carrot scraps, non-hot peppers. I'll put tops of those in there. I'll do garlic, of course, that's in there too. It just kind of depends. You just don't want to Nebraskas. We're also going to chop up both our onion and our jalapeno. And I realized the hard way after that I had planned on putting the tomatoes in here also. If they had been fresh tomatoes, I'd have been able to use this chopper and it would have been no big deal. But because they're not fresh tomatoes, they were way too soft. So I was like, oh, I'll just throw them in the blender like I usually do. And I thought that I recorded it. Instead, what I had recorded was me traveling to the other side of the kitchen to use the blender. So you're not going to see the tomatoes get chopped. I am supposed to add 2 bell peppers. This is a combination of several peppers from our garden, and I just have been chopping them up and throwing them in here because our peppers were small this season. They still taste good, just not big ones. To our goodies, we are going to add 1.5 tablespoons of salt. And I believe it is 1/4 cup of sugar. Yes, because I brought 1/4 cup over and didn't need it. You need to have salt in any tomato dish like this that you're going to cook because it's super acidic. We're also going to add 3/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. And then you're going to mix this all together. We want to incorporate, but also all of my pepper and onion is at the bottom. And so we want to stir this up to try to help to make sure that they don't burn. Because we did not add oil to this pan because the intention is just to cook it down enough so that all the flavors and everything are starting to come out. So we're going to mix this together and bring it to a boil and then put it on a simmer and stir every few minutes for the next 45 minutes. In the meantime, we've gotten our canner ready. We are outside. My husband has just set up this happy canning station for me because he's the best. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon of citrus acid to each of these ball jars. Remember that citrus acid can either be lemon juice, lime juice, or you can actually buy it in a powder at the store. Now next time I think I will probably do lime and add some cilantro to this because oftentimes when I buy it from the grocery store, I get the lime and cilantro flavor, but because I have never made this recipe before, we're going to do it the way that Sarah has written it and make adjustments later. After you've added your citrus acid, you are going to, of course, put your tomatoes in here. Well, it's more than tomatoes. You're going to put your jalapenos and your tomatoes in here. We are looking to fill these jars at just up to 1/2 inch headspace. And that way there's enough room for heat up and a little bit of seepage if that happens. If you get more and you fill it too far up, you will definitely get seepage. And I just don't want that. I want all the tomatoey goodness. I use Rotel on a really regular basis. We put it in with tacos and chili and all kinds of stuff. Now I have wiped the rims with white Vin and I am debubbling. I'm going to add our flats and then I'm going to put the rings on fingertip tight. And we are going to add it to my double canner here. My parents bought me this awesome double camp stove so that I could do this outside, so I could make bigger batches. Can I tell you how much faster this is? Once you add them to your water bath canner, you got your water going. We want it bubbling and boiling. They need to be covered, at least an inch covered, for 15 minutes. Once 15 minutes is up, you're going to turn them off and pull them out. And you're going to set them out for 12 to 24 hours. And then you can take your rings off and check your seals. But here is what it looked like. Pretty cool, y'all.